What if I told you there's a book so dangerous that for thousands of years people tried to erase it from history? A book that tells a story of humanity completely different from what we've been taught. Today, we explore the Kolbrin Bible, known to the ancient Egyptians simply as the Great Book. Its knowledge contradicted everything the world believed, and one of its main sanctuaries was none other than the Library of Alexandria. Not just a warehouse of scrolls, but a living, breathing think tank of the ancient world. Picture this: the mathematics of Pythagoras sitting alongside Babylonian astronomy. Plato debating the soul next to the mystical teachings of Egyptian priests, and Hippocrates' medicine alongside the secret wisdom of the Druids. It was the crown jewel of human knowledge, and among its scrolls lay the great book, holding the memory of civilizations long before recorded history. E-library's destruction. And then, one day, it vanished, turned to smoke and ash. History tells us it was an accident. First, Julius Caesar supposedly burned part of the library. Then, centuries later, Emperor Aurelian destroyed the city in 273 AD. Later, rampaging Christians are blamed. And finally, Arabs are said to have heated their baths with scrolls for 6 months. 4 different culprits, spread across almost 1,000 years. That's not history. That's a smokescreen. A classic case of shifting the blame while the real culprit disappears. Ask yourself, who had the strongest motive? Not for power, not for conquest, but for destroying an alternative worldview. The real threat. The threat was clear. A library where one question could have hundreds of answers. Who could tolerate that? A new ideology, claiming a single absolute truth, could not compete with this. All that ancient wisdom became a threat. The library wasn't just a storehouse of knowledge. It was a symbol of the old world, a world of ideas, diverse beliefs, and free thinking. To build a new world, that symbol had to be destroyed, and the fire started in the minds of men. The challenge of the new faith. The early followers of this new faith brought a story of a divine teacher, born of a virgin, who suffered, died, and resurrected. But when educated Greeks or Egyptians heard it, they shrugged. Why? Because these stories were already familiar. Horus, born of Isis, Attis, born of Nana, Perseus, conceived by Zeus, Mithras, born from a rock on the winter solstice, even a Last Supper and Ascension. The central story of this new faith looked just like ancient myths. Justin Martyr's twist. Enter Justin Martyr, one of the first Christian apologists. He didn't deny the similarities. Instead, he explained them. According to Justin, it wasn't coincidence. It was the work of the devil, planting false stories to confuse people before the true Messiah appeared. Think about that. Ancient wisdom was now labeled as malicious deception. The enemy was the old knowledge itself. The ideological war. The library's scrolls became devil's weapons. Destroy them? Not vandalism, a godly duty. Fire became a license for intellectual genocide. Zealots believed they were spreading light by burning darkness. Yet some scrolls survived. Carried away in secret, they began a 1,000-year journey, hidden from kings, priests, and armies. Guardians of knowledge. Who preserved it? Not the powerful, but ordinary people, farmers, craftsmen, village elders. Why? Because knowledge this powerful could not fall into the wrong hands. Kings or priests might use it for selfish gain. The book had to stay pure. For hundreds of years, through wars and plagues, the manuscripts passed hand to hand, silently and carefully, until the 12th century. Glimmers of safety. Glastonbury. The Kolbrin Bible found refuge in Glastonbury Abbey, England, a place steeped in legend, from King Arthur to the Druids. But in 1184, fire struck. Again, almost everything was lost. Yet instinct guided the guardians. They saved the heart of the collection, a massive scroll, heavily charred, later known as the Kolbrin Bible. The Bronze Book. The Celts took it deeper into the shadows, studied it, added their commentary, and even transcribed parts onto bronze plates, hence another name, the Bronze Book. By the 15th century, fragments began to re-emerge, 6 from the Egyptian original, 5 from Celtic guardians. The Kolbrin Bible's message. Open the Kolbrin Bible, and it challenges everything we know. The first lines say, "On earth there is no true beginning, for here everything is in effect, and the ultimate cause is elsewhere." It tells us, look elsewhere to understand what is happening here. Before creation, there was nothingness, but not empty. A unified, eternal consciousness slept with infinite potential. The birth of time and creation. Time didn't exist yet. It was born when the first change occurred. The universe emerged as materialized thought, and in creating the world, the Creator hid behind it. Creation became both a manifestation and a veil. Everything was perfect, yet mysterious. The earth and life. The earth arose from waters, shaped by the sun and moon. Life emerged from mud eggs in swamps. Every element had purpose: metals, wood, stones, plants. The earth was a workshop prepared for humanity. Then humans appeared, but the first humans were incomplete, beautiful, but almost animal-like, lacking cognition. The Great Cataclysm. Then came the great universal upheaval, a cataclysm, a merging of spirit and earth. The planet reacted violently. Earthquakes, floods, snow in deserts, a world writhing in labor pains. Out of chaos, a new man was born, not perfect, not wise yet, but ready for the divine spark. The divine spark. God descended to this imperfect creature, breathed into him the breath of eternal life, and implanted a fragment of himself, a divine spark. Man was no longer just flesh. He became the vessel of immortality and wisdom. Humanity's purpose. Man's purpose? To unravel the circles of eternity, to explore, to return to the source. He received the ability to see behind the veil, the third eye, awakening spiritual vision. For a moment, he became one with eternity, understanding the universe as a perfect divine mechanism. The return to the material world. Then the vision ended. Man woke up, alone, back in the material world. Yet he carried the memory of the infinite, a spark of dissatisfaction, a longing for the eternal, the human condition. This explains the very essence of human nature, our desire to explore, to know, to understand. It's not frustration, it's inheritance. Struggle, suffering, and curiosity are built into our DNA. We are children of the universe and heirs to its secrets. The Kolbrin Bible is more than a book. It's a map of consciousness, a record of humanity's potential, and a warning of what happens when knowledge is destroyed. For thousands of years, it survived fires, fanaticism, and secrecy. And today, it asks one thing of us: look beyond the veil, explore, question, remember. Because we are more than what we see, and the universe has always been waiting for us to awaken. Friends, how was the story? I hope you enjoyed it. If you really liked it, don't forget to hit the like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. And make sure to turn on the bell icon so you'll be the very first to get the next video as soon as it drops tonight. That's all for now. Stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.